Hey everybody, I wanted to do a quick video on how I've set up the Wink hub and automation between Alexa and all my different components. I have over 50 different devices currently in use and wanted to show how I've set them up. So to begin with, of course, you'll need to set up your hub. This guy is mine. Here's the different devices that I have set up. A sensor, 49 lights, and 2 garage door Go control units. So 52 different devices set up, and I'll show you how I have them here. So first we'll do the garage doors. I have been open a little while and you can easily swipe up or down for the controls, but this is my double wide garage door and my single wide garage door that I've set up. I have them automated to come open with different commands, and I'll show that a bit later, but those are the 2 garage door sensors I have. And my lights, here's a quick rundown of all my lights. I have a 2-story house, so I did the upstairs via north and south designation for bathrooms and whatnot. So you can kind of see the state everything's in and what I've labeled them to make it easy to find and remember. And yes, I even automated my chicken coop roof. So when it gets hot, it'll automatically open itself and close itself at night. Pretty cool. I'll show that, and I got a different video for that one. Living room fan, the chicken door itself, again, is all automated based on sunset, time of day, and sensors, and I'll show that a little bit later. I have a light in my chicken coop as well. Wall plug I use at Christmas time to automate the lights on and off for the tree or trimmings and whatnot. A side lamp is Peggy's lamp I use for waking up in the mornings. I'll show you that in my shortcuts and my robots that I've set up. So every morning it'll wake us up to a nice red light rather than sounds or whatever. And then there's the kids' lamps and rooms. Master bathroom. Again, you can see the little gray outside ring there for it's a dimming light. Same with the lamp below it, so you can set the intensity. Master bedroom fan. Fan light is the living room fan so that I can easily turn it on and off. Entry light is the front porch. Sparkles, I'll show a little video of that, is a little multicolored lamp that I put together for just some basic nighttime illumination. And again, different video for that guy, but it's pretty cool how that's set up. Mantle is for Christmas time, when we put Christmas lights and decorations and the Christmas train on top of the fireplace. I can automate them coming on and off with the other Christmas decorations. So there's an automated outlet there on top of the mantle. Bridge, our house is 4,000 square feet, so we have a bridge going between the north and south ends, and this is the light on top of that bridge. So again, control the lighting for the upstairs. South hall is upstairs, north hall is the other side of the house upstairs. The stairs themselves have a light. Pantry in the kitchen. Master floor fan is a fan literally on the floor standing in the master. House fan is a whole house fan, so you open the windows of the house, turn on the house fan, and it'll pull nice cold air throughout the entire house, and I can do a separate video on that as well. Downstairs closet, the pool is automated, so based on time of day or seasonal or daylight or whatever setting you would like to use, you can turn the pool on and off. Pretty cool. That's a nice one, and if you do clean it or whatever, you can just tell Alexa to turn the pool on and you can run the pumps out there, so that's pretty nice. Master bedroom, turn it on and off. Girls' rooms, office lights, the basics, the back patio, kitchen lights, the laundry light. A lot of this, because we have kids, like the laundry room I have on a timer, so if it turns on for so long, then it'll turn itself off. Same with the bathrooms, because they can never remember to turn off the lights, and I'll go through that in my shortcuts. Workbench is in the garage. In case I forget to turn the light off, it will automate itself to turn off once the garage lights are off. So once the main garage lights are off, the separate lights over my workbench will turn themselves off in a few minutes after the main lights go off, so I won't accidentally forget to turn those separate set of lights off. Again, more of the girls' rooms. And the porch lights I set up as a main switch down here, porch lights. I put in the main switch that you would find at the front of your door to be automatically on all the time, and if it accidentally gets turned off, again, I'll show you in my shortcuts, that it'll turn itself back on, supplying power to these other front porch lights. Now each one of these is their own Osram colored light bulb, so I can turn them colors during the holidays or whenever I would like and change their intensity. So for example, turn on front porch light number 1. There it's on, and then of course they can turn color. Set front porch light number 1 red. Christmas lights is a main switch that I have for the tree itself, and based on that one, all the other side switches that I have, like this relay 1 that was back up here, will turn on and off with that to get the entire house to light up with one command, wall plug number 1. So that's how I have my different lights, quite a selection in there. And of course I do my groupings. All lights is everything. Front lights is the front porch. 5 or 4 different lights there. All the lights is the entire house. The master suite is just the master. And then the house is separated upstairs and downstairs. So if the kids are leaving for school, I can say turn off upstairs. Every light on a switch up there will turn off. And I have the Wink relay. So turn on kitchen lights. That's the one programmed. Again, this is the relay, so you can soft program these 2 switches to turn on and off any other device you have. So pretty cool that way. Turn on table light. Okay, pretty simple. Those control the kitchen's table light and kitchen light. I have a couple sensors for the chicken coop installed. Start with the door. I have a open door sensor on the chicken door itself so that I can tell when and if that door is open. So I have a separate video on how I've automated that, but this will tell me open or closed, and based on that I can take action to re-engage it to be open, or if I need it to be closed, to send a command to close depending on weather or temperature. So pretty cool with that, and I'll show you how I did that in another video. Temperature in the kitchen right now, it is 77, and I have a multi-purpose SmartThings sensor in the chicken coop. So based on temperature, I can turn the light on, and the light is connected to the heater. So if the light is on, I know the heater is on. In the cold temperatures here, then I know the chicken coop won't freeze, and I keep the water inside the chicken coop, so mainly to make sure the water doesn't freeze. So based on the temperature, I can have the heater turn on or off and make sure that nothing in there is getting too cold. And the same sensor, if it's too hot, I'll have the chicken roof open itself up. So pretty cool that way, that the chicken coop doesn't get turned into a sweat box and have a disaster happen overheating the chickens. The roof will open like a big vent based on this sensor. So safety there more than anything, but still pretty cool to automate. Humidity, I'm going to make a humidity sensor here using a leak detector, because the girls take on hot showers all the time, and I'm looking for a way I'm going to make to make the hot water automatically turn off. So there will be another sensor there shortly, actually. And that's it for the devices. So 50 plus devices in there. My shortcuts, quick little shortcuts you can have on your phone or the Wink relay. Open and close the garage, pretty simple. Don't use those a whole lot. So everything off weekdays, just like it sounds. That I created this a couple years ago now, right? So on the weekdays, when everybody's gone at school or work, it'll make sure the garage doors are closed. The entire downstairs is off, the entire upstairs is off, and the master bedroom is off. So basically everything off, but I segmented out in case I wanted separate controls. And it'll happen every day at 9:30 in the morning, so that everybody's probably gone by that time. Everything in the house will turn off, and we don't have to worry about lights being left on. Kind of nice that way. Master wake, this is the one I use in the mornings, that at 6:15 a.m. the side lamp to us will turn on and only be 62% intensity. So brightness will be fairly dim, but bright enough to wake you up and let you know it's time to get up and get out of bed. So every weekday, 6:15, the red light comes on, you know it's time to get out of bed and get going. I use that one every day. I love that one. Master night light to turn the master room on, so when the wife is getting ready to go to bed or whatever, 9:30 every weekday, the master floor fan will turn on to turn the fan on the room, move some air around, and it'll turn on the lamp really low at 1%, just enough for a little bit of light and get ready for bed. Pretty nice, pretty simple. Know the time. Love that one too. Sunset. Here's where a lot of my automation happens. So when the sun sets and it follows the year-round schedule, so the time is always adjusting to whatever the current sunset is for your region. When the sun is setting, the chicken light will turn on, which means the heater is going to be turning on during the winter when I plug the heater in manually. And the chicken roof off means it's going to close the chicken roof down to hold the heat in for the night. So at sunset, the light will come on for the chickens. The roof will be sure it's closed. So even if it's already closed, it'll resend the command to close it and make sure it's closed. And then it'll set the front porch lights facing the street to 100% and nice and bright. I like the 6K range, nice bright white light. So that happens at sunset every day. It takes care of those little tasks. So the front lights were on from the builder, a sensor for the time of day for the light sensitivity, but I didn't like that. I blocked that off so it had constant power, and I run it this way. That way I have control of those lights and their color all the time, 24/7. Sunrise. Again, every sunrise, the chickens will be let out on their own, and the front lights out front will turn off. So just like it should be. Then off at 1:30 a.m. Just a little timer I set to turn fans and whatnot off, just to make sure if everybody went to bed, my workbench is off, girls' fan is off, our floor fan will turn off so it doesn't get too cold in here. Same with the master fan, and it'll automatically close the garage doors. So if somebody forgot to close the doors for the garage, this will automate it about 1:30 in the morning, make sure that everything's closed up tight. Automated, don't have to worry about it. You don't have to wake up the next morning wondering, or whoops, I forgot, and the doors are open on you. So that's a nice peace of mind there, just to make sure the doors are closed. Laundry timer, again, the girls can't seem to learn to turn the lights off, so when the laundry room turns on for longer than 10 minutes, it'll turn itself off. No more laundry light left off, or left on, excuse me. Same thing, master bath. If the master bathroom comes on for longer than 45 minutes, giving the wife time for a nice long shower or bath, it'll turn itself off. Again, turn the lights off in case somebody forgets. Floor fan 130 plus. So between 1:30 and 7, if somebody should turn it on for whatever reason, then in that case, it'll turn off in 2 hours and turn everything back off. So again, just making sure that it doesn't get too cold with somebody with the fan blowing on them all night long if they don't want it to. South bathroom and north bathroom is the same thing. If south bathroom or the other one is north bathroom comes on for longer than 20 minutes, then it'll turn itself off. So if the girls, like they do, constantly leave the light on by accident, it'll turn itself off in 20 minutes and also serves as a timer to tell them to get out of the shower. So it's just a little reminder as well as making sure the light's off. And then same for the master closet. It'll run for so long, turn itself off. Downstairs closet, same thing. If that light turns on for longer than 5 minutes in the closet, which is usually long enough in the closet, it'll turn itself off. Again, usually not remembered to turn off. They just close the door and walk away. House fan, same thing. When I run the house fan, I run it for 2 hours and it'll turn itself off. So it doesn't run too long, and 2 hours is plenty of time to cool the house down. So again, just automating the lights off, switches off, things of that nature. Sparkles is my multicolored lamp that I have. Again, it's for evening illumination a little bit. It'll turn itself on at 4 o'clock. My entry light is by the door. It'll turn on, as well as sparkles, my multicolored light at 100%. And it'll run itself at 4 p.m. So when it starts to get dark a little bit earlier, the lights will come on and you don't have to worry about it. And sparkles is a nice lamp to kind of gaze at. And here's kind of my safety features for the chicken coop. So if the door sensor, right, rises above 87 degrees for longer than 5 minutes, it'll turn the light off, which again turns the heater off. The chicken door will make sure that it's open, and the chicken coop roof will open. So if temperature is above 87, again getting warm, it'll make sure the light is off, which means the heater's off. the chicken door is open and the roof is open, letting it cool down and vent the heat so that they don't overheat. Kind of a safety feature in that one. Then coop is cold, same thing for the winter. If it falls below 55 in there, it's going to make sure the light is on, which means the heater is on and the roof is off or in the closed position to start holding heat. So again, a safety measure for water more than anything. The chickens will be okay, but it's the water I don't want to start freezing when it drops another 20 degrees. And there's another option to set that even lower, just to send the same commands to make sure that it's not freezing inside the chicken coop. Again, safety issue. Pantry is, if they leave it on for so long, it'll turn itself off. Chicken door close. Now here's where I set it on a timer. 1 hour after sunset, chickens will turn themselves in for the night. They'll go in the chicken coop and start to roost. So at sunset, plus an hour, the chickens are always in the coop by that time, every time. It'll close the door for them to keep them safe at night. And then the chicken roof will close, holding the heat in. So it closes the chicken coop in and the chickens put themselves to bed. So ever since I've installed that, I've never once had to worry about it. No chicken has ever been left out. It works fantastic. Closes the door, closes the roof, holds the heat, keeps them safe, all automatically, as well as letting them out the next morning at sunrise. Very cool, very handy. Same thing with these other ones. These are all just timers so that the lights get turned off. And there's my different switches that I did. Patio light is to constantly have patio power. And my workbench will turn itself off after the main lights. So if the garage light turns off for longer than 5 minutes, then my workbench will turn off. So I never forget to accidentally turn off or not turn off. Those are my robots. And of course, there's the activity. We did shortcuts. And that is the basics of how I set up my automation for my 50 plus devices throughout the house. And I'll put up videos of how I installed and how they run and things of that nature down the road. But this is the basics of how I get it to go, as well as my Rachio 3 integration to automatically water the chickens. But that's how I did it. That's my app setup and how I've accomplished most of those robots in automating the house activities. Thank you.